I think we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We are live with Real Talk with Mary Grace. I'm Mary Grace. Come on in. Everybody, jump in. It's time for the Wednesday edition. I think I put the wrong date on. Let me fix my graphic thing here. It's a little bit harder now because let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. Technicalities. It's Wednesday. Okay, come on in, share this, get the link out. Fixing my graphics here. Multitasking, that's what I've been doing. Okay. Fixed it. Nope, still wrong. Now the date's wrong. Oh gosh. Let's try this again. Wednesday. Hello, everybody. 12/30, 2020. How's that? And it's Mary Grace Media. And here we go. And we're live. Okay. Now it's working. I see everybody in the chat. Come on in. And yeah. All right. So we've got it working now. We've got it working. And let's see if it's actually up on Periscope. Everything is a little bit of a lag right now. So here we go. Come on in. It's almost New Year. It's almost 2021. And I still don't see my show. Oh, there it is. Okay. Good. We got it working. Now, I see it now. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Just a little bit of technical difficulty. I got a new hat. You guys like it? Look, isn't this perfect? This is so perfect for the march, for the Million MAGA March, for the Wild March in DC. Isn't it just the greatest? I have a confession to make. And so uh, usually I can't wear hats. I usually wear those headbands because I don't know what it is. I don't know if my head's too big. I don't know if my hair is too shiny or slippery, but the hat falls off. Minnie, I'll get you one. I got it from the gas station. Can you believe it? I was so happy, but isn't it perfect? It's perfect, isn't it? So, except the cat wants it because of these things. So, I know, I'm so excited. I love hats, but I can't usually wear these stocking caps, because when you start walking around, the whole thing just goes brrrr right off your head. I got it at the gas station. I know. All right, so that's not what I was actually going to talk about. I've got some people in the chat who are kind of anxious. Deborah. Okay, let's get rolling. Um, let's see. Can everybody hear me? Okay, I got to take this out. Um, all right, I hope that didn't mess up the sound. Now, we're getting ready for next week. There is so much happening. It just, I don't know. I've been super busy. I will admit to you. So if you're new, welcome. I'm Mary Grace. This is Mary Grace Media, the channel that you're on. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, CloudHub, and Periscope. And we are normally talking about politics and current events. And I am not a headline show. So if you're looking for the headlines of the day, that's probably not where you want to be. I usually give people sort of the 30,000-foot view. I try to just give people perspective on what's happening. I give you my opinions. And so just so that you know what to expect while you're here, I usually broadcast for about an hour, and sometimes I go on spontaneously. When I go, for example, up to DC, I'm only broadcasting on Periscope. Just so you know that if you're on Facebook and you're on YouTube and Cloud Hub and you like my content and you want to see more, but you're not sure what's going to happen when I go live out in the field, you have to be on Periscope and or Twitter to watch. Just so you know. And so I'm very excited about next week. There have been a lot of people posting information about what to do and where to stay, and sort of how to navigate Washington, D.C. If you are going and you missed my show on Monday, was it Monday that I did that? You can go back and watch, because I gave some people, I just gave a breakdown of what you could, sort of what the city is like, and what to bring and what to expect and things like that. Okay. So I thought it was pretty helpful. There are some people doing threads. There's a group on Clout Hub that's doing some things. And so there are a lot of different resources to help you, but the main thing is, just go and be prepared to meet a ton of patriots. Don't be afraid, especially during the daytime. Just be smart. If you're parking your car in a place that, has, that's a super lib area, and you've got a lot of Trump gear on it, you maybe just sort of change it up, like put a car cover on or something. You just think about stuff like that. Don't put yourself in a position to get in trouble. And by all means, just stay away from Black Lives Matter Plaza, okay? If you just, yeah, that's anyway. So that's just something to think about. So go to my Twitter, go to my Periscope, go to my Facebook from Monday, and you'll see sort of some ideas about, how to be safe. Okay. And we got walkie talkies. I'm so excited. We're going to be like, over. I'm over here in this section. My red hat, and you see our walkie talkies. That's going to be, isn't it going to be fun? Uh, your sons won't let you go. I understand. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly right. Minnie, I wish you could come. We'd be like, Roger that. Um, so hey, Michelle, I tweeted out a map that shows that there's like a tweet thread. Michelle's asking on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited about the walkie-talkies. I have to get batteries, and I have to get some safety glasses. It would be so much fun, Minnie, if you came. You guys should drive up. It'd be fun. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the swamp today. I think something interesting is happening, and that is this. I think the Patriots are getting the idea that the swamp is actually way more than just Democrats. Oh, Larry, you're going. I'm looking at the chat on Periscope. I forgot one thing about Facebook. Let me come back to this. Um, uh, so, um, so Facebook, if you're on Facebook watching right now, please share this broadcast into any groups that you belong to, if you're allowed to share things, because it's super helpful to get around their algorithm. They always want my money, and I'm not going to give them my money. But if you share into these groups, like, Women for Trump and things like that, it really helps to get the message out. So thank you for doing that, and it really makes a big difference, because they're kind of on to me, and they know that I'm talking about things they don't like, things that they call hate speech. And so we're going to get around the algorithm that way. All right. So please do that. And thank you very much. And then Larry Norris is going to be in DC as well. I think is Andrea coming? Okay. So pretty exciting. And let me go back to the swamp, because I'm going to be in the swamp next week. But here's the thing about the swamp that I think is really becoming a reality for people. When we first started this journey and the president said he was going to drain the swamp, everybody just sort of assumed that he was talking about Democrats. All right. And the funny thing is, I have I have a sister who used to be a Democrat, and she then became a Bernie supporter. She unregistered from the Democrat Party, and at this point, I don't think she's has a political affiliation at all because she became so disgusted with the way that the whole political machinery was working. And we don't share the same political ideals, but who feels like you're in the same boat with my sister? Raise your hand if that's you. If you're completely done with the political machinery that is running the show up in Washington, whether they're R or D. How about that? Right? Um, it's they're all swamp, right? And we're starting to see that. And it's kind of disgusting, right? I tweeted out earlier about Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. And somebody tweeted and said that they were sort of they were kind of in talks to make some to change the rules in Congress so that nobody could challenge the electors. Because what happens when they convene a new Congress, so it's going to be the 117th Congress, which I think is interesting, 17, right? It's going to be the 117th Congress that they established the rules from the get-go. And so the tweet was saying that it looks like there's some rumors that Nancy and Mitch are conspiring to to change the rules and to make a rule that nobody can challenge the electoral votes on January 6th. Did anybody see that? And I just thought that was really interesting because what we're seeing happen right now and what we're seeing with the stimulus money and the wheeling and dealing and all of the back and forth, we see these people from Congress sort of jumping around and going on TV and stomping their feet and talking about how much they're going to protect the American people and how much they're going to do for us and they're going to get the money to the American people and they're going to help the people that have been shut down. And it's all this big dog and pony show. You right? You elected me. I'm here to save the day. I'm going to do this. We're going to say no to this. We're going to stand up to the man. We're going to get this money to the American people. And then what happens is that when there's a spending bill that sends two-thirds of your tax dollars all the way over to foreign countries for gender studies and then gives $600 to the American people, you realize that you've been had and that they're not actually fighting for you, that they're just that it's all smoke and mirrors. They're all just bloviating, blowing smoke, telling you stuff they're going to do for the cameras. And then when it comes to saying yay or nay on the Senate floor, in the congressional chambers, all they do is just scratch each other's backs because their lobbyists are running things. Have you figured that out yet? This last few months, and the last month in particular, has really opened my eyes. I think it's opened your eyes to a lot of what is happening and what has been happening for a long time. And one of the reasons that I became a fan of real Donald Trump is that when I first saw him come down the escalator, I didn't really know that much about him. All I knew is that he had co-authored a book with Robert Kiyosaki about, I think, real estate, and then he was talking about investing and business and things like that. And so the so the thing that struck me about him though is that, and I knew that he was rich, and he had a show, but I didn't really watch TV, and so I didn't know really what he was about, and so when he started talking and he started campaigning and he did the first debate and Megyn Kelly went after him and tried to destroy him, that was when my eyes got open because all of a sudden I saw everything aware, but not totally. I have a troll. Hold on a second. Did I miss it? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Hmm. Okay, when it comes, I'm going to block it. Insta block. Okay. His name was Dan. All right. So, but the thing is, oh shoot, I think you beat me to it, Millie. All right. So here's the thing. Um when the president got attacked from all sides, when everybody started hating on him, I thought, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because I had been one of those people that voted Republican. You know, I voted for no name, he who shall not be named. I voted for Mittens Romney. I can't believe it because that's what you did, right? And then when they lost, you thought, man, I really thought that we had this, right? Turns out they've been fixing it this whole time and that they've been trading off. They've been trading off. Okay, we can fight over this and we can pretend that one of us is winning and then the other one wins. And then you can do your concession speech, but then next time you get this, and then we're going to give you this, and then we're going to give you this, we're going to give you this Secretary of State position, and we're going to give you this. It's like, um, it's like you're trading, right? They're just trading back and forth. It's like baseball. You know, they're just trading players back and forth, back and forth. Like you can trade up, you can trade down. You're going to sit the bench for this season. You got to be in the dugout for this. That's literally how they've been running the politics of this country all this time. I mean, think about it. The whole reason when Obama ran for president, it was supposed to be Hillary Clinton's turn. Remember, she was actually trying to win the primary, and she's the one who started the birther movement, by the way, about Obama. She was the one who questioned, hey, Michael, good to see you in California. Um, so she was the one who started it, right? And then noticed that she didn't win the primary, that all of a sudden Hussein came out of nowhere and he got the nomination and nobody knew who he was, but he was like the first black president. Forget the fact that he was like half white, half black. So he could have been the first white president who had dark skin, but nobody mentioned that. Anyway, so the point is that they told Hillary, they promised her the presidency after Obama ran. Okay. I think some of you know this, but I'm just sort of spelling it out for people who are just getting that I'm spelling it out for people who are just jumping in on this train and sort of having the awakening to figure out, wow, we've been had. These people have been running roughshod over us and treating us like chumps all this time. You know, it's like I think for some people, it's like you've been in a cheating relationship for all this time, and then you finally realize because you found his phone and you saw all these text messages and like you kind of suspected, but then you're like, "Ugh, how long has this been going on?" So a lot of people are coming to that realization that they've been cheating on you with each other all this time, right? And they've just been taking you for a chump. You've been taken for a ride. And we're seeing this happen. I mean, yesterday, I'm going to ask me in a minute, I'm tell you about what happened in Canada because speaking of being taken for a ride, but people are just waking up. And so Hillary, going back to Hildebeest, she was supposed to be the candidate. She was supposed to be the candidate in in whenever Hussein was done, right? 2016 was supposed to be her year. They promised it to her. The reason that she got to be Secretary of State was because they told her that if she gave this to Hussein in 2008, that they would give her a good position. That's how she ended up selling her office to China. That's how they got access to her server, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And so that's how she got it. And then they promised her that she would have the keys to the castle in 2016. And now we know how that story ended. They never expected her to lose. And so that brings us to now because people are waking up to this and we're seeing it at all levels. I mean, the people in Georgia, these Republicans, Every single place that has had every single state that is in play here, with the exception of one, has Republican leadership. Have you noticed that? And here's something that I'm starting to realize and that I'm starting to wonder about. What I'm wondering about is that um, were they ever really swing states? Were they ever really swing states? And what I mean by that is this, that you've got states that have Republican legislatures, you have Republican governor, you have Republican House, Republican Secretary of State. So in a normal world, that would not be a swing state. That would be a Republican state. Am I right? And yet somehow we ended up with not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, six, maybe even seven states in question here that are known as swing states. How is that? I'll tell you how that is. I'll tell you it's because they have been making deals all this time, right? Sometimes we let the Republicans have it. Sometimes we let the Democrats picking the winners, and they've been letting you go through the charade of voting. And you know I mean, look at what's going on in Georgia. You've got these crazy people down there resisting uh doing the right thing at every turn. I mean, there's crazy hard evidence that they even printed two different sets of ballots for Republican or Democrat voters in different areas. And then you got Big Stacy, her sister is a judge. Who knew that? Did anybody know that? Did anybody know that? And she's not a Republican, she's a Democrat, but you know what I'm saying? So Big Stacy's sister is sitting on the bench in a court that just happens to be getting a case having to do with this election fraud, and she doesn't recuse herself, and then she throws out the case. Really? I mean, come on. This is I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. We're beyond the point where you could actually make a movie out of this because nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it. Yeah, we did see Millie's talking about the midterms and how we knew that the numbers for the midterms were different, um, and basically that they decided ahead of time, that they pre-planned. Okay, and so what am I getting at here? What I'm getting at is that they're not even pretending anymore that that they're cheating you. You know, it's like we're at that point where if where your partner intentionally leaves their phone on the couch with unlocked so that you can just see the text messages coming in because they know that you're not going to do anything about it, right? Because all this time we've been expecting the judiciary, we've been expecting the we've been expecting the judges to do something, we've been expecting law enforcement to do something, we've been expecting DOJ to do something. Nobody did anything because they were all in on it. And so literally it's like having your cheating partner just have your phone right in front of your face because they know you're not going to do anything. Look at Comey. Look at all these people that have been just running around the law. They've destroyed the rule of law. Our Supreme Court is compromised. It's completely taken over, right? And nobody does anything about it. However, it sounds like doom and gloom, doesn't it? I've got on this super cheery hat, and I'm actually happy because we're seeing the truth. It's like that relief. It's like that feeling of relief when you realize you're like, wait a minute, this relationship is coming to an end, and I feel so free. It's like I had a cousin who was in a really super bad relationship, and he was really abusive, and then he cheated on her. And when she finally got it and realized that it was over and that she wasn't ever going to let him in the house again, you know what she did? She took all of his stuff and dragged it out in the front yard, everything, every stitch of clothing, every record, every electronic, you name it, everything. Dragged it out in the front yard and put it on Facebook and said, "Somebody tell Frank to come and get his." That's how she did it. And at this point, this is where we are, patriots. This is where we are. We are at the point where the GOP, the swamp, the Republicans, the Democrats, I don't care what party you are, all your stuff is getting dragged out on the yard and you're done. We're done with you. We're done. We're done. Done. You're getting primaried, you're getting calls. It was very cathartic. But don't you feel like that's where we are? That's where I feel like I am. And yeah, I mean, imagine being a candidate, a Republican candidate now. I mean, look at Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. I mean, they're really taking a lot of heat because they keep asking people to vote for them, but they're not pushing to clean up the vote, to clean up the voting. So the all you can all you can hope for, or all you can expect, is that they don't want it to be switched because they've probably been offered something. They've probably been given some kind of a deal. And as long as they get their lobbyists, as long as they get their business deals, as long as they can stay wealthy and do everything that they were promised, they don't really care whether they win the Senate or not. They'll give a concession speech and they'll say, golly dang, gee, we'll come back in 4 years, 6 years, we'll get them next time, GOP, right? Gosh, sorry. Um, that's what's going on. I mean, it just that's where we are. But now we know, okay? So going back to my cousin, it was like a good thing because she sort of just like shed herself of all that. And she was able to just rise above it and just say, okay, enough, enough. You're done. Go away. Don't ever come back. And so that's kind of where we are. And that's why, going back to our conversation from yesterday, that's why we have over 1 million people descending on Washington, D.C. Next week. It is because, Minnie, we have a potential troll in here. If you're on Facebook, I think that if you're on Facebook, I think that there's a connection problem. So just be aware of that. I don't know if it has to do with my streaming system or what. Okay. So yeah. So so that's why we have all these people coming. And I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about what's going to happen next week. Okay. Um, and this is what I think. There was a very funny post that somebody put on Twitter, and it was a series of images that were supposedly from the boards, okay, from 4chan, 8chan, that kind of thing. All right. Yeah, something's lagging here. Is Facebook okay? Somebody's lagging. Is it YouTube, Facebook? I don't know. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so there was a very interesting post that somebody uh, put up, and that was this. Okay, there's two things I want to talk about: Canada and unmasking. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I'm not saying that it's true, but I think it would be actually very funny. So I've been thinking about Washington D.C. because the president has asked everybody to come to Washington D.C. and I've been thinking about it because, he says it's going to be wild. And he says, and then he tweeted and said, make sure you're there. And there's going to be more information coming. And he he doesn't seem confused. He doesn't seem worried at all, right? I mean, he doesn't seem worried at all. And so I was thinking about this because I was with some family members today and they were sort of asking me, like, do we have this? Have we got it? Is it good? Hold on a second. What's going on? Right. And so I've been thinking, I'm like, okay, either the president is crazy or he's totally got this. because like there's no way that he would ask everybody to come to DC only to have a major fail or even the potential of a major fail. That's just not his style, right? I mean, he's a showman, he's a winner. He doesn't he doesn't he doesn't do things like he doesn't ask people to show up for a loss. I mean, he's not the one that canceled his fireworks on election night. That was Hill Dog, okay? So just think about that because if there's not if we don't have a win coming, if we don't have a win coming, then I don't know what to tell you because that means he's just cray cray. And we know he's not. I mean, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't bring a million people to Washington, D.C. unless he knew something that we don't know and unless he had something big planned. Who's with me on that? I don't know. I may be wrong, but I just I feel like we're like I feel like it's all happening. And the world is watching. Yes, Minnie, for sure. Yeah, he somebody just said he wouldn't endanger people either. Yeah, I don't think so. He wouldn't ask us to drop everything. I mean, people are making big sacrifices to be here, and there's people who can't even get in their hotel now because the hotel canceled on them. And, the restaurants are closing and I mean, it's going to be kind of hard and the flight prices are going up and people are driving all night and they're caravanning and they could be potentially putting themselves in danger. So, like this is yeah, it's not Washington at Valley Forge. It's not Washington crossing the Delaware, but in a way it is. This is our Delaware River moment. Okay, this is our Valley Forge season. And so the president is asking us, he's mustering the troops. And the difference here is that I think that he absolutely knows there's a win coming. Big W. Okay. So David's tent is open 24/7. We can sleep in there. I don't know if it's going to fit everybody. It is big though. If you need prayer, go to David's tent. It's in the middle of the mall near the carousel. Okay. So yeah, Minnie says her mom in Brazil, they're all praying for Trump. Yeah, the whole world is watching. Everybody is watching this. So I just think that you're 2 hours away, haven't decided. I think you should drive down. You should be there if you can. The president is asking, the president is asking if you can be there. Okay. And if not, try to go to your state capital. Okay. Not everybody can come. He understands that. And so just if you can come, all right? You don't have to spend thousands of dollars if you're in driving distance. Some people are spending thousands of dollars just to be there, and that's their choice. Okay. The truth is, we've spent thousands of dollars on the GOP. We've spent thousands of dollars on political candidates. Right now, we're putting the money into Operation um, January 6th, whatever you want to call it, taking back our freedom. But let me go back to this post that I was talking about with Mike Pence. Okay. So somebody on the boards put up this very interesting series of this post. Okay. And basically it says this. Okay. I thought it was very interesting. I don't think this is going to happen, but who knows? It could. I mean, we've seen that the Dominion voting machines are completely crooked and that they can be programmed and that they do fractional voting and things like that. And so this is what the post says. It says, believe me or not, it doesn't matter. The January 6th elector. So this was posted by an anon. Okay. The January 6th elector ballot count is going to go down as the greatest troll of all time. Flights are all overbooked. That's awesome. Okay. Renee, you're not going to be You're not going to get Renee on Facebook. You should just come because um, you can stay at the hotel in Virginia. Just get out of the city, by like 4 o'clock, take the metro back across the river. You'll be fine. Okay. All right. So, believe me or not, it doesn't matter. The January 6th elector ballot count is going to go down as the greatest troll of all time. I'm just reading this off the annons. You may not know, but the vice president gets to count the electors. That's the one thing the Constitution makes crystal clear. Apparently, the plan is for Mike Pence to roll in a Dominion voting machine or a knockoff, and then he's then going to pull out a USB drive, update the software just before the count, and use the machine to count the elector ballots. Um, and so here's where it goes. Okay. Remember, this will be on national television. The count will not only come out fractional, but it will result in more votes than actual electors and result in Trump winning more electors than Biden. The chamber is expected to erupt in chaos. Obviously, the count will be challenged. Pence will then conduct a recount, but he will use the machine to print the recount ballots and the hand count, and then hand count those. The recounted number will be similar to the original count, only changing by a couple of votes, but it will result by Trump winning even more than before. Isn't that funny? And so then Dems are expected to cry fraud, and Pence will object and call for order. He'll tell them it's too late to challenge because it's already done. I just think it's really funny. It's just kind of, I don't think it's real, but I just think it would be funny. Okay. Yeah. I just think it's kind of a funny idea. And then they're saying this is a rough sketch of what is being planned, right? I just think it would be so funny for the president and Mike Pence to completely troll the 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 entire swamp with their own fractional voting and voting machines, right? I'm not sure how it would make us look ridiculous. Nothing can look more ridiculous than what's already been done. Nothing. I mean, it's just a big mess. So, yeah, there's nothing they can do to make themselves look more ridiculous. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. I thought it was funny. Now, Canada. Let me tell you what happened in Canada. The people of Ontario are mad, really mad. And you want to know why? The people of Ontario are PO'd. So this is what happened in Canada. So one of their cabinet members, can't remember his name, but before I say that, did Greg Harvey come in here? Did I see Greg Harvey? Hello, Greg. I've been praying for you. Okay. So Canada, here's what happened in Canada. I gotta find this tweet. I gotta find this. This guy, he was really, really bad. Let me see if I can find it. So this guy, he had the audacity to post a live on Christmas by the fireplace. Apparently they, just like here, they told everybody to stay home and not see their families. They pulled a Fauci, right? And they told them to stay home, to not see their loved ones. Let me see if I can find this. And basically to cancel Christmas. All right. So this guy has the audacity to post a live. I gotta find this because it's gonna kill you. Um, I posted it kind of late. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So, what was his name? Rod Phillips. So this guy, Rod Phillips, he says, as we all make sacrifices this Christmas, remember that some of our fellow citizens won't even be home for Christmas dinner over Zoom. All right. And so then he tells everybody that they're making these great sacrifices and he just pours it on so thick. Right. And this is another Gavin Newsom move, but it's even worse. So he tells them they're so wonderful for making sacrifices. I mean, this is classic gaslighting. All right. And so everybody's staying home. They're not going to see their grandma. They're not going to have Christmas dinner. They're not hugging anybody ever again because you might get the Rona, right? And he's just completely playing them for chumps. And then somebody finds him on vacation in the Caribbean, right? But not before he posts a fireside chat video encouraging the troops to stay strong and and like tough it out and saying you guys are great, you're doing a good job at this time of year, during these times we all sacrifice. Well, it was pre-recorded fireplace video, and it was posted while he was sunning his little cheeks on a beach down in the Caribbean. And somebody found him, a reporter found him, somebody actually like did their job from the press, and and uh and narked on him. And so this is one example of the comments that were made under his thread when people found out yesterday. This guy, David, the Canadian, he goes, "This law-abiding citizen is now furious. My wife and I did not invite anyone for Christmas. We even ordered food in for Christmas dinner. We canceled our trip south. We were told that this was the right thing to do. I am starting to believe we have been misled by the government." Poor guy. So so I retweeted it. I said that moment when David realized the government was lying to him all this time. And a lot of people are David. A lot of the people are the Davids. But this is where we are. And if people can't see this, this isn't an isolated incident, okay? This politician told people, shamed them into staying home and not seeing their families, walking around with face diapers on, and virtue signaling and telling them how wonderful they are for saving grandma's life by not having dinner with her. And then he goes down to some Caribbean island and he's drinking pina coladas on the beach while everybody's sitting home ordering food from cardboard boxes on Christmas Day and not even having presents because they might have the Rona on them. I mean, the thing is, everybody's doing this. Every person in power does this. That's the problem. And people have to wake up. Send these things to your friends who still think this is a thing. Because Gavin Newsom did it. Illinois Governor Pritzker, he flew his family out of town when everybody was on lockdown. The governor of Virginia did it. He flew private down to Nags Head, to the Outer Banks during the lockdown. They're all doing it. And so not only are they hypocrites, but they know there's no danger. He's laying there on a beach with no mask. I mean, he's got his lily white thing, everything out, and no mask. Like, I just, I mean, it like, are people not getting this? Are people not getting this? Well, David finally got it. And, you know, but that's what we're dealing with. But the thing is, these same people that are pushing the masks, they're being unmasked because people are starting to see. Even this guy in Canada. These people, you should read the replies to this guy's tweet. These people are really, really, really mad because it's being done to them. Yeah, and somebody, Pat in YouTube, said they're lying on a beach with no tourists because now they have it all to themselves, just like Chris Christie did, right? When he closed the beaches and then he was out there with his big whale self in a chair and a cooler, just him. Okay. So that's what's happening, right? Now, New Year's is upon us. What do you guys think about doing a Q&A tomorrow for New Year's? What do you think about that? You want to send me some questions? Q&A, Mary Grace, ask Mary Grace questions. You can ask me things about me, my life, that kind of thing. Ask me what I think about things. Thank you for the Super Hearts gem. What do you think? I could do that. I could come on at 5 o'clock tomorrow and do a Q&A. ask me anything within reason. What do you think? Some of you already know. Yeah, so you can send me your questions, info@marygracemedia.com. However, keep it short. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it. And is that what I want? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing is this is your last 24 hours to get your superfoods, well, for 2020. Okay. This is we're doing our transformation, our 2021 superfoods transformation, starting next week. Obviously, some of you aren't going to get your shipment right in time for Monday, but anybody that wants to get superfoods, there's still time. And if you've been thinking about it, I have people that write to me and they're like, I've been listening to you for months talking about the superfoods and I'm finally going to do it. And I'm so excited. Okay. So that, don't be that person that thinks that, you're going to get to it next year. So write to me, info@marygracemedia.com, get your voucher, save $100 or more off of your 1 month supply of superfoods, get access to our private Facebook group if you're on Facebook, get access to our private group coaching, not one-on-one, but private group coaching. We have 4 sessions coming. If you're late to the party, we will give you access to the recording. Okay. This is going to be awesome. So if you have challenges, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get your strength, if you're trying to deal with an autoimmune condition, if you have if you're dealing with, pre-diabetes or just, mood issues or hormone issues, and you just want to kind of reset, then this is the time. Don't wait. Make 2021 the year when you just kind of shed all the craziness of 2020 or before. Maybe you've got years worth of stuff. Whatever it is, jump into the transition with us. Info@marygracemedia.com. Our superfoods are the best, highest quality organic superfoods on the planet, delivered right to your door. You can't really ask for more. I mean, it's a great value. You're investing in yourself, in your life. It's also a great gift. So if you're thinking of somebody that could use this, a family member, a friend, this is a great time to really bless them with the gift of superfoods and good nutrition. So write to me, info@marygracemedia.com. Make sure that you get the voucher and you can jump in on this. If you're looking to make a change in your income in 2021 and you're looking to add a business, add an income stream, to do something new, um, message me also, info@marygracemedia.com. Maybe you just need to make a pivot. Maybe your industry is dying and you want to do something completely different. Talk to me about this because our superfoods company has grown 4 times in 2020. So apparently, pandemic conditions are great for superfoods. Okay. So info@marygracemedia.com. And I can talk to you about that. Delia said, uh, yeah, don't wait. Bonnie, message me about the recording. Yeah, there is a recording. And Bonnie, are you in the Facebook group? Because I think it's posted in the Facebook group too. But we can talk. Okay. The other thing too is I saw Greg Harvey in here. Greg Harvey's Greenbeard Tribe is sort of doing the superfoods challenge with us. He's doing a fat to fit challenge. And so if you're part of the Greenbeard Tribe and you want to jump in with that group, you can write to me. I'm helping him set that up. info@marygracemedia.com, and we'll get you all connected and set up. And you will also have access to all those the private Facebook group and all that. Okay. Any questions before I go away today? Okay. Any questions? You would love to see Juan on my show, Juan O'Savin. Maybe I can get connected. Yep, Delia is saying, do it now so you won't regret it at the end of next year. This is the time. I mean, the president is calling us to action. The president is calling us to be in the fight. The fight is not going to end on January 6th or January 20th. So you need to be the best you that you can be for forever, you know? We have a long life ahead of us. We have a country to save and we have a country to restore. So be the best person that you can, okay? And that means putting good food in your body. If you're a Christian and you understand that God has given you this body, it's your job to take care of it. So what you're putting into it makes a big difference. Mental clarity. I mean, I have so much more mental clarity with my superfoods because it's really helped me because I have an autoimmune condition. And for those of you who think that I'm making medical claims, just stop it because I'm not. I'm just telling you that these are things that have happened for me. So you can take that and do with it what you want. Okay. Um, Everybody wants my hat. I got my hat at the gas station. I'm so excited about this hat. I'm gonna go back and get one. Mini, I have to see if they have another red one. Did you want red? They have blue and gray too. But it all has this. This is just the cutest thing. Is Minnie still on here? This would look so cute on you, Minnie. Love it. So happy that I went. Okay. Tom Fitton is doing a live interview with General Flynn on Twitter. Okay, cool. All right. So here's your homework. If you have already gotten information from me about superfoods, go ahead and order. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you is that there's free gifts with purchases. Okay, there's free gift with purchase. So this is the time to buy. I don't think those freebies are going to be coming next month. Okay, and then the other thing is if you've ordered in the past and you already have superfoods, you're going to get 25% off everything between like now and tomorrow. So if you've already ordered and you're thinking of putting in another order and you haven't ordered in a while and you're like, maybe I should get back on superfoods, this is the time to do it. Okay. You're probably going to get an email from me about that. But for now, just go ahead and do it. Okay. So, uh, okay. Um, which gas station? I'm not telling. I'll see if we can order them. Isn't it just the best hat? I have to be on my computer signed in to see the chat. Oh my gosh, Millie, that's crazy. Okay. All right. I want to see a show of hands. Donna, thank you for retweeting my show from the other day. I appreciate it. And for the Cloud Hub information. Thank you for coming today. Okay. I think we're good here. All right. The best superfood I like is my superfoods that I have. I have a discount voucher. So when you buy superfoods from me with my voucher, I get a commission, just so you know. I also have on my website, I always forget to say this. Go to my website. Um, I don't know what you're asking. Are you asking like what flavor I like? Is that what you're asking? Or what's my favorite superfood? Oh, you're asking like blueberries, like your specific superfoods? I like berries. Okay. So, oh good, a troll. Haven't had many. Okay. What was I going to say? Go to my website, marygracemedia.com and marygracemedia.com and you can click on my support link and you can click to Venmo or Give Butter, either one, if you want to just support the show. Because this is one of the things that I do for you every day almost. And going to Washington D.C., all those things that I do, I'm not employed by any media agency, and so all of that I do is independent. And bye, Millie. Okay. Everything I do is independent. I'm not employed by anybody. And so when you support the show, when you buy superfoods, when you click the support link, it actually helps finance all of those things. Okay. The computer, the internet, all that. Okay. So that's how that works. And I will be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern. Email me if you have questions for my Q&A. Put that in the subject line, Q&A. Okay. Put superfoods in the subject line if you want information about the superfoods. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody for being here. It's been great. And I'm so glad that everybody made it. Lynn, I don't have PayPal, so you don't have to use that. Okay. Minnie, did you just come back on the show? Minnie, I wanted to know what color hat you wanted. You should message me. I'm going to get you a hat. Okay. Talk to everybody later. Have a great day.